Oh shit! Are you considering buying a second home here in the Phoenix area? I mean, why not? This weather is beautiful. You have beautiful weather, beautiful scenery. You have golf, and more golf, pickleball, tennis, any kind of outdoor leisure activity you want in a beautiful state of Arizona with low property taxes as well. So this doesn't get any better than second home ownership here in Phoenix, Arizona. So we're on a mission to find the top 8 places within Phoenix that you will want to consider if you're looking to buy that beautiful coveted second home. Let's go. So before we start with number 8, which I'm probably going to guess you may know what it is, let's cover the 5 things we're going to cover when it comes to the rating scale of the KRI and rating these best 8 places to own a second home in all of Phoenix. Number 1 is going to be housing variety. Number 2 is going to be low maintenance / secure. How secure is the place? Number 3 is going to be social activities. Number 4 is going to be convenient location. And number 5 is going to be housing affordability. So without further ado, let's go from the bottom to the top. And number 8, Legend Trail. Lucky guess. You guys, how'd you know that? Legend Trail makes number 8. Legend Trail is an amazing community, and we're going to share it with you why on this short video. Okay guys, a big part of Legend Trail is the golf course. We talked about the clubhouse and the social activities, but the golf is huge at Legend Trail. Now it is a public course, and if you have a chance to be down here visiting, if you're not going to buy a second home or live in Legend Trail, I highly, highly recommend it. It is gorgeous. Look at this setting. You have green grass, you have water, you have desert, you have mountains, you have almost everything you want living in Legend Trail. So again, this is what makes this place so special. Now it's time for the KRI for Legend Trail. This is beautiful, by the way. Would you agree? All right. Housing variety. It is a 3 out of 5. I give it a 3 because they do have condos and they do have larger homes as well, but not like super large homes, really affluent, big homes. And they don't have a lot of condo options, although they do have some. So it's pretty good overall, but sometimes you have to wait for more properties to come on the market. So for example, right now there are 7 properties on the market in general in Legend Trail. So 3 out of 5 there. Next on the list is low maintenance and secure. I give it a 4 out of 5 for that. Why? Because again, developed in the 90s, so you have that era now where roofs and ACs are starting to go if you haven't replaced them, but you do have some gated communities in here, so it's very secure, and you're so far north that there's nothing really bad happening when it comes to crime out here for the most part. Okay, let's talk about social activities. At Legend Trail, it is a 5 out of 5. Why? Because the HOA here, again, is pretty involved, but the community clubhouse, which you don't have to be a private member of or anything of that nature, it is public for a homeowner in here, is amazing. There's all kinds of activities to do at the clubhouse. Pickleball, tennis, you have 2 pools, one is always heated, a spa, and the list goes on and on, fitness center, you name it. So I give it a 5 for social activities. All right, so let's talk about convenient location. I give it a 2 out of 5 for that. The reason why is because it is located in far north Scottsdale. Take a look at the map right here. You can see that Legend Trail is up there a ways off the beaten path. But again, if you want something that is secluded and off the beaten path, but it is still connected a little bit to the city and what's going on, maybe it's a good thing. But overall, for a convenient location, we'll give it 2 out of 5. Housing affordability, I digress. 4 out of 5 is pretty good. It's pretty good overall. It's not as expensive as some of these other communities, but it is not actually cheap either. You can go other places in the valley, but you won't have everything else that it has as one of the top 8 places for a second home that you may want to buy and live and enjoy. So 4 out of 5, pretty good overall. Legend Trail, you get 20 out of 25, good job, and you make number 8 on our list. Number 7 on our list is Estrella Mountain Ranch. That's right, where is that? That's in Goodyear, Arizona, tucked in the Australian mountains. This is a beautiful community, almost a self-sustaining community that has a little bit of everything, so really if you don't have to leave or want to leave, you almost don't need to. It is beautiful. It's newer, it's vibrant. We did a whole video on it right here that you can check out and see everything in detail about Estrella Mountain Ranch. We highly encourage you to do so. But let's get to the KRI because I want to make sure I focus on those positives of what makes Estrella Mountain Ranch so
an amazing community, especially one where you can lock and leave if you want to, but still have a family style atmosphere at your disposal while you're spending time in your second home in Estrella Mountain Ranch. Housing variety for Estrella Mountain Ranch, you get a 4 out of 5. Good job. You do have a lot of bigger homes. Most of it is tract, most of it is built by production builders like David Weekley, etc. But you do have some really large ones and you have some smaller ones, so smaller products that are very affordable. So you have a good range of product through Estrella Mountain Ranch, and you have a lot of products to choose from. They're still building actually homes in Estrella Mountain Ranch. So you have homes that have been around for quite a while because it's such a big plot of land, it's such a big community, but you also have new homes that are being built that you could also buy as well. So your choice when it comes to that, a lot of variety. Low maintenance secure, I give a 5 out of 5 for this. Why? Because it's tucked so far back in the Australian mountains off the beaten path, you wouldn't even know it's there. So it's very secure. Anyone looking to do maybe something mischievous isn't probably going to wander back in there. So I would highly recommend it for that. Also low maintenance, a lot of the homes were built in the last decade or so. So you are probably not going to have to worry about a lot of maintenance on the house because most of it is newer. So it just depends what you buy because it's such a large community. And that's why you get a 5 for this. Social activities, I give it a 4. It is very good when it comes to social activities in Estrella Mountain Ranch because, again, there's an HOA there that provides a calendar for a lot of things to do. You have a fitness center, you have classes, you have things that you can attend right there in Estrella Mountain Ranch at the clubhouse, if you will, that houses most of these things, if not all of these things. You have outdoor activities you can do. You can hike, you can bike. You're right in the foothills of the Australian mountains. And so you can go out and do just about anything you want to do when it comes to outdoor activities in the desert. Convenient location, I give you a 2, okay? Now again, depends what you're looking for. If you want something way off the beaten path, this could work in the opposite direction, but we're talking about a convenient location to everything and getting to where you need to be and to a lot of activities that are happening in the area, etc., etc. And you are tucked so far back in the Australian mountains off the I-10 way south that it is not a convenient location from that standpoint. So I give you a 2 out of 5 for that score. Housing affordability, I give you a 5. That's right, 5 out of 5 because it is in Goodyear, and just by natural land value, Goodyear is going to be cheaper than most of the suburbs across the rest of the Phoenix area. So I give you 5 because you get a lot more bang for your buck in Estrella Mountain Ranch in the city of Goodyear. You just do. They're building more and more houses, and the land is expansive. And so that being said, the land value is not worth as much. Although for Goodyear, Estrella Mountain Ranch is actually high quality real estate. It truly is. It's just that these suburbs on the outskirts don't have as high property values as other places that are more centrally located or more sought after as a city or suburb as a whole. So Estrella Mountain Ranch, you get a 5 for affordability because you get a lot of bang for your buck. So in total, Estrella Mountain Ranch, you come in at 20 out of 25. Congratulations, and that's why you guys make number 7 on our list.
Talking to me with your eyes, I get a hint of the perfume that I like. Wear it like a disguise. I come around with the
So coming in at number 6 on the best places to own a second home in all of Phoenix is Troon. Guys, we're talking about Troon Country Club, the whole area of Troon. Look at the mountains. They're beautiful. These boulders up here are amazing in North Scottsdale. You have the mountains over here in the distance surrounding 360 degrees. You have Pinnacle Peak. You have Troon Mountain right here in the background. Troon is awesome, guys. It really is. It's very seasonal. A lot of second homeowners live in Troon for a reason. Now you have a country club. If you like golf, you can, if you like golf, you can join Troon Country Club, which is a 48,000 square foot clubhouse with all the amenities that any country club would have that you would expect from a beautiful one like that. You have public golf at Troon North, the Pinnacle, and the Monument Course. You can join them as members, or you can not join and just pay a green fee and treat it as if it's a public course, which they technically are, but they're beautiful. They're not cheap, but beautiful. You have to experience golf up there if you're going to golf in Scottsdale at Troon North. Those 2 courses are amazing and they're highly rated. But again, you have this beautiful place, guard gated. Most of the communities are guard gated, some are not, but you have 15 communities in itself in all of Troon North, which is just beautiful. And then Troon Village, which is part of the country club, is just outstanding as well. And views are everywhere up in this elevated area of North Scottsdale.
Get enough of sweet, sweet love, and I need just a couple beats, please. I'm glued to you, honey.
Okay, just up to the distance right here on my left-hand side is the Four Seasons Resort at Troon. Beautiful 5-star resort, as you can probably imagine, and a lot of famous people actually discreetly go there. I know for a fact I had a buddy who used to actually valet there and work at the Four Seasons. But you have the old Red Pass right here as a token and a nod to the old western of what used to be this area.
Don't forget I love that honey taste. Yeah. Oh, I'm feeling like a double dipping day. Oh, it's a double dipping day.
All right, let's get to the KRI, the ranking now of Troon. This is the moment of truth. Here we go. Housing variety, 4 out of 5. I get 4 out of 5 because there's a decent amount of variety. You have some townhouses, not a ton of condos, but you have condos by the golf course. And so Troon comes in at 4 out of 5. The next one is low maintenance, secure. Troon comes in with a 4 on that one too. It is very secure. Now obviously the neighborhood is amazing. There's like no crime almost, as with most of these places across Phoenix that were on this video. But again, it was developed in the 90s, and so houses are getting a little bit older. If they haven't been remodeled yet, that could be a thing where the maintenance isn't maybe as low as you think. Secure, really good, because there's some guard-gated and gated communities within Troon. So that's why it gets 4 out of 5. Next on the list is social activities. I give that a 4 out of 5 as well, because the HOA again is very involved. There's a lot of activities that happen up here in Troon trying to get the neighborhoods together for certain activities. And again, you have 3 golf courses that are award-winning. It's beautiful up here in Troon. So it gets a 4 out of 5 for that. Next on the list is convenient location. I give that a 3. Troon North is located really far up in North Scottsdale, not as far as some places like Desert Mountain, that kind of thing, but it's up there a ways and kind of off the beaten track when it comes to location. So it comes in at 3, not bad. And by the way, you know, if you're a snowbird or you're a second home owner, maybe you want to be off the beaten path a little bit. So not the end of the world, but it does get a 3 on the KRI. And last but not least, you have housing affordability. I have a 5 for that. Again, Troon North has some really expensive homes, don't get me wrong, but because of the variety that Troon North has, it comes in at 5 out of 5 because you do have condos and places that are low maintenance, that are smaller and affordable when it comes to the greater scheme of housing in the Phoenix area. So a total of 20 out of 25 for Troon on the KRI, and that's why it comes in at number 6. Coming in at number 5 is Anthem Country Club. This is located in North Phoenix off the I-17, and this is a place that is fully encompassed and it is self-sustaining. Pretty much everything you need to survive or live is located in the Anthem area. Now there are 2 parts of Anthem, Anthem Country Club and Anthem Parkside. We are specifically talking about here Anthem Country Club, which is on the north side of Anthem. Anthem Golf and Country Club actually is guard gated. There are multiple entrances to get in as a resident, and there are 2 fitness clubs actually in the community. There are 2 golf courses in the Anthem Country Club side, the Ironwood and the Persimmon. They are beautiful courses and highly rated. One of the things that Anthem Country Club does really well is the variety when it comes to the restaurants as well. You have more of a sports bar with the Ironwood Clubhouse. You have more of a sit-down restaurant, more elegant restaurant with the Persimmon restaurant. And so it is beautiful up there and just a really good country club, really good time. The HOA puts on a lot of social activities. There are a lot of kids activities, family activities they put on, concerts on the golf course. They just do a really good job. And if you're a second homeowner that wants especially some golf that is not super high price like you might find in some other country clubs in Scottsdale, then Anthem Country Club is to be reckoned with, and you definitely need to take consideration of Anthem Country Club when looking to buy a second home in the Phoenix area. The community of Anthem is also just a short drive from the Anthem outlets. This is a outdoor outlet shopping center that has about 374,000 square feet of really big name brand stores that are all at a discount. In fact, that discount usually ranges anywhere from 30 to 70% off most items in most stores in the Anthem outlets. And a lot of good restaurants there too, from sandwiches to pizza to Memphis barbecue to Mexican and Asian food.
Okay, we're ranking the KRI now. Let's go with the first one, housing variety. Anthem comes in at 4 out of 5 for this one. Again, because there's not a lot of variety, there is some, not a lot of variety in the Anthem Country Club itself. Now, in the park side there is, but that's very family oriented. For the second homeowner, you may want to be in the country club as we discussed. So it comes in at 4 out of 5. Next one is low maintenance and secure. It's very secure. You have 2 guards and you have to give your ID. They know who you are, everything about you when you come in those gates. So it is extremely secure. One of the most secure guard gated communities I probably know of in the entire Phoenix area. They are very strict about who comes in there. So that is a very good thing. And low maintenance, I give it a 5. And security, I give it a 5 because it is very secure. And again, it was developed in the 90s and 2000s, but it's a little bit newer and it's just very well maintained. So low maintenance and secure, you get a 5. And the next one is social activities. Social activities, I give you a 5 out of 5 as well because you're in the country club. They have concerts on the golf course for kids and families and whoever lives there. They have 2 fitness centers and 2 golf courses, a little bit of differences for the different types of things they have. That's why they have more than one, because they want to appeal to the variety of different things that people like. So it's a huge social calendar in Anthem Country Club. You'll not be disappointed. And of course, golf and the country club sports as well, tennis, pickleball, they have it all up there for you. So you get a big 5, a 5+ if I could give one on this one. Convenient location, I'll give you a 3. I give it a 3 because it's not terrible, because it depends where you're at. Now, I give it a 3 because you're right up to I-17, so it's very easy to get to where you want to go within Phoenix, but you are the very furthest northern part of the Phoenix Valley when you're in Anthem. So there's not much above you except for desert when you leave Anthem and go north, because you're heading to northern Arizona, wherever it may be. So everything's pretty much south of you, and it's easy to get there because you have the interstate, the main thoroughfare, which is great. But again, it's far away from the nucleus of the city and a lot of things that are going on there. So I give it a 3 for convenient location. Last but not least, I give a 4 out of 5 for Anthem for affordability, because again, it's more affordable than most places in like Scottsdale and PV, Fountain Hills, these upscale places, but it's more expensive than many other places across the valley. And the HOA dues are expensive because you're paying for all the amenities of living behind the gates. So again, I gave you a 4 when it comes to housing affordability. Number 4 on the list is Eagle Mountain. That's right, Eagle Mountain is located in Fountain Hills, Arizona, a bedroom suburb community that's located just on the east side of the valley, east of Scottsdale, which is a very popular suburb. So Eagle Mountain is awesome. Now, Eagle Mountain is all about the views. Now, we did a whole video right here on Eagle Mountain. Please check it out. It goes into depth and detail on everything Eagle Mountain. But I can tell you now that Eagle Mountain is a highly rated place to be. The golf course is amazing. The security is amazing. The people who live there, pride of ownership is outstanding. And it has a restaurant and a little hotel actually right within its borders. So it's pretty darn cool. Golf at Eagle Mountain is, in one word, phenomenal. Designed by Scott Miller, this course features rolling hills, verdant valleys, box canyons, and a dramatic elevation change. The mountain golf course is challenging but forgiving. The vistas throughout the course provide a 360-degree mountain and valley view that will not disappoint. If you have a chance to drive into Eagle Mountain off Shea Boulevard and you're having a bad day, it would instantly turn into a good day. Why? Because the views are beautiful, whether it's day or night. At night, arguably even better. City light views of the entire East Valley as you drive into your community where you are about to go home for the night, let's say. It is outstanding. Now let's get to the KRI. Where does it stack up? How does it grade? Here we go. Housing variety. Eagle Mountain comes in with a 4 out of 5. Why? Because Eagle Mountain does have small homes, not a lot of townhome options. They do have some of those, but a lot of smaller residences on smaller lots that are more affordable, but yet good views. It's all about the views in Fountain Hills in general, especially in Eagle Mountain. If you have an outstanding view, the price will escalate pretty quick. If you have just a regular view, then it's going to be very affordable. So I give you a 4 on affordability overall. The next one is low maintenance and secure. Well, it's very secure. In fact, there are 2 main neighborhoods of Eagle Mountain, and they both are behind a guard gate. Not a gate, a guard gate. Very secure, 24-hour monitor of both of those guard gates. And behind them, you have the beautiful homes and the rolling hills with outstanding views throughout the community. It was built in the 90s and early 2000s for the most part, and therefore you do have some properties that are getting ready to turn over based upon that 20+ year age of the home. So those are some things that you may have to pay attention to if you're looking to buy a house in Eagle Mountain. Social activities will give you a 4 out of 5. The HOA there does a good job of rallying the troops a little bit, and the people in Eagle Mountain feel connected for the most part. Now, could it be better? Sure it could, but overall, the demographic of people that live in Eagle Mountain love to enjoy spending time together. There's a lot of block parties that I see. My in-laws live there actually, so I get to see this firsthand. So it's pretty cool, even though they're behind gates, the people behind those gates actually come together quite nicely and all know each other very well, at least from my personal experience. Convenient location, I'm gonna give it a 4. This is not a 5 because it's not in the central location of everything, but it's also not too far out. In fact, as you head into Fountain Hills, Eagle Mountain is one of the first communities you'll see, especially on your south side. You're right as you're heading east down Shea Boulevard and you enter Fountain Hills from the city of Scottsdale. It's right on the border of Scottsdale and Fountain Hills, so it's not too far out there and tucked away behind the mountains of Fountain Hills, so it's very accessible to get onto Shea Boulevard and go anywhere you need to go. You also can go out the back way of Fountain Hills down to the East Valley, down to Chandler and Gilbert and Mesa. So it's not an overall phenomenal location in terms of convenience, but it is a very good location overall, and that's why you get 4 out of 5. Let's go to housing affordability. Again, 4 out of 5. Why? Because the smaller properties in Eagle Mountain are actually affordable when it comes to most other properties like them in other areas of town where people really want to have a second home or just live because the quality of lifestyle is great. So good job on that, 4 out of 5. But you also have some custom homes on hillside lots that have just killer views. Huge homes, 5,000 plus square feet that are custom, and those are beautiful. So if you want something like that, you want to pay a little more, I would highly recommend it. There are some views in Eagle Mountain that literally you stare down through Mesa, Gilbert, and Chandler, can see all the way down to the Santan Mountains in Santan Valley, Queen Creek area. It is gorgeous. Overall, Eagle Mountain, you come in at 21. Good job, and that's why you make number 4 on our list. Okay, number 3 on our list is a great one, guys. Now, pay attention for anyone out there who does not want an HOA. This is for you. This is McCormick Ranch. Now again, most people looking for a second home most of the time want an HOA. They want that low maintenance, lock and leave situation when it comes to an HOA. If you can have HOA that actually takes care of your front yard, that would probably be ideal for most second homeowners. McCormick Ranch is not that, but I had to throw it in here because it has everything you could possibly want in a subdivision in a community. And it has a very high score because of that. But again, the vast majority of McCormick Ranch does not have an HOA unless you're in a condo or townhouse, then you will have an HOA. So maybe that's on the docket for you, and that's the happy medium of being in McCormick Ranch. So let's dive right in to a lot what McCormick Ranch has to offer. As you can see right here, we have a whole video we did on the whole subdivision of McCormick Ranch. So please check that out. Click right here. You will not be disappointed. It is a very long video with a lot of details on this amazing, well-located McCormick Ranch subdivision. So now let's get right to the Kelly Ranking Index, a KRI. So let's get right to the first one, which is housing affordability. McCormick Ranch, you get a 5. You get a 5 because you do have decent amount of different types of product. You have 1-bedroom condos to huge, elegant estate homes, and maybe homes that are on Lake Marguerite. Lake Marguerite runs throughout McCormick Ranch. It's beautiful. You do have water. You can paddle boat. You can utilize this lake. There is fishing as well, catch and release, which is awesome. So again, you might have a lake view on the back of your house, which causes your property value to escalate, but it gives you something different as well. You can have lake, you can have mountains, views, and live in the desert. Pretty cool, a little bit of everything right there, but it gets a 5 for all the housing variety that it has in McCormick Ranch. The next one is low maintenance / secure. Now, it gets a 3 on this one out of 5, and the reason why is because McCormick Ranch is older. It's in the center of Scottsdale. Because of that, it was developed primarily in the 70s and 80s, and because of that, it's been older. So if you get a neighborhood or a street that hasn't had a lot of remodeling done to it, you're going to find that the homes are older with the lower ceilings. Some of them still have the 8 trims in the middle, which is interesting. It's like a staple of the 80s and 70s. Why they did that in the middle with the open roof, I have no idea, but you find some of that throughout McCormick Ranch. So because it is a little bit older, there's probably gonna be a little more maintenance, generally speaking, and of course, from a secure standpoint, it is very secure, very low crime. It's an amazing community, but it's not gated. The vast majority of it is not. And because it's not, people can drive through and you don't know who's coming and going and that sort of thing. So technically it's not as secure as a community that might be located somewhere else or nearby, but has a gate or a guard gated gate for that matter. So 3 out of 5, McCormick, you get in that one. Social activities, the next one, and you get a 5, a big 5. Again, 5+, I would give it because there is so much going on in McCormick Ranch. Now, because there's not a lot of HOA centrality when it comes to gathering the troops and and throwing events, the neighbors do it amongst themselves. It's pretty cool. I have a lot of friends who live in McCormick Ranch, and they do a phenomenal job of bringing the community together themselves. Halloween parties, parties for almost everything you can think of throughout McCormick Ranch. People decorate their houses for the holidays, whatever they may be. It's just a very family-oriented community that even though you're a second homeowner, you may want to be part of, because there's just something special about it when you're down here visiting. There really is. And then on top of that, you have a ton going on around McCormick Ranch with shops and dining and restaurants. It's a phenomenal place to be, located right in central Scottsdale, just minutes as well from the boardwalk, which is Arizona's arguably #1 entertainment district. The next one is convenient location, and again, a 5 on that one too, because of everything we just talked about. It surrounds itself with just about anything you could possibly want to do, including spring training baseball, of all things. I mean, you name it, it's around within a several mile radius of McCormick Ranch. You can walk along the lake, you can walk through the main bike path that goes through all of central Scottsdale down to North Tempe. You can walk through all these places that are right around the neighborhoods of McCormick Ranch to eat dinner, to have lunch, coffee. Maybe you want to shop a little bit. And it's hard to explain because the walkability score is so high when you live in McCormick Ranch, which is kind of rare in general for Phoenix because it's so spread out. In addition to that, you also have a mature community with huge trees and vegetation. And it just screams, I want to live here. Last but not least, house affordability. McCormick Ranch, you get a 4. Now, a few years ago, it would have definitely been a 5, but man, prices have escalated in McCormick Ranch. Why? Because this is the central part of Scottsdale where everyone wants to be, convenient to everything. And so that land, that dirt is actually worth a lot more. So people are willing to pay a lot more for the houses that sit on that land because, again, you get all the benefits of the community plus the convenience of being around everything. And if the market goes up, down, you are insulated more because you are in a place that's centralized that everyone wants to be. That's how real estate works. Location, location, location. So McCormick Ranch, good job. You get a total score of 22 out of 25, and that puts you at number 3 on our list for the best places to own a secondary residence.
Okay, so coming in at number 2 is DC Ranch. DC Ranch is short for Desert Camp Ranch. It's located right here in the heart of North Scottsdale, right off the 101 loop. This is a beautiful area. You cannot go wrong. And you'll see in this short little video why DC Ranch is number 2 for a second home. You have to consider it. You cannot buy a second home without considering DC Ranch. And we would love to show you every aspect of it. In fact, this video is only gonna be so long on DC Ranch because we don't have the time to go in detail on it. But if you click right here, you can see the video that we did on everything DC Ranch. Now with DC Ranch, I'm going to include Silverleaf as well. Silverleaf is kind of a standalone, beautiful community, one of the most beautiful communities in all of the Phoenix area. But for a second home, Silverleaf can be maybe a little more pricey. Now there's pricey parts of DC Ranch as well, but there's also more affordable condos, townhouses within DC Ranch. But if you have a little more budget, you definitely want to consider Silverleaf as well. This is Market Street of DC Ranch. Market Street is a little quaint shopping area that also has restaurants and a grocery store, a major grocery store and Safeway. And it's just really well done. If you look at the architecture, the rustic architecture throughout here, DC Ranch has the same common theme throughout it. And it's just really well done, upscale, luxurious, a great place to come hang out. You have a little bit of everything in the marketplace, from a cigar bar to brick oven pizza to an all-American sports grill with more TVs than you could ever imagine, to small shopping boutiques and upscale, pretty much everything in DC Ranch. Okay, we just walked through the Market Street area and we saw some good video of all the stuff down there, but this little area down here, DC Ranch has a ton of pocket parks like this, which make it really, really special. Now when it comes to entertainment, DC Ranch is amazing too. You have golf everywhere. You have 2 country clubs, private country clubs, 2 of the most sought after country clubs here in DC Ranch. Silverleaf, which is about a 7-year waiting list and is approaching $1 million to buy in. PGA pros and the whole 9 yards are there. Then you have DC Ranch Country Club, which is beautiful itself. One of the more younger country clubs, still not cheap, at about a $300,000 buy-in. But DC Ranch is also one of the younger country clubs with an average age of 53 years old. Waiting list on both of them for full golf, but it's beautiful. So DC Ranch, if you're a golfer, is a spot for you. Oh shit! Not when it's 65 degrees out and no swim trunks. No splash pad for me. So we're in DC Ranch. We're standing outside of one of the condo complexes within the community that makes DC Ranch a really great place for a second home, because if you don't want the maintenance or a large single family house, this is perfect because these condos are gorgeous. Come take a look over here. See, this is a perfect example too of condos that not just reserved carport spaces, which is great, or just uncovered spaces, but you have garages as an option too when you come to a condo here in Market Street. You have 2-car garage option, you have a 1-car garage option, your choice. You can be up, you can be down, stairs, no stairs, your choice. Let us know, we'd love to help you out. Matter of fact, we have a condo for sale in here right now for $495. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath on the 2nd floor, and it is a beautiful condo that's been remodeled, and it has 2 reserved spots. Okay, now for the KRI ranking of DC Ranch. You had number 1, housing variety. DC Ranch, 5 out of 5. As you can see, they have everything from condos up to luxurious homes and ultra luxurious homes, with some of these properties up in the upper canyon of Silverleaf that you can see in the distance. So this is no doubt a 5 out of 5. The next thing is going to be low maintenance and secure. It is secure. Most of DC Ranch is guard gated or gated. Now, the reason it's 4 out of 5 is because the DC Ranch was actually built in the late 1990s, and so you're going to have some homes that will be turning over pretty soon if they haven't had new roofs and new ACs and things of that nature put in. The next one is a convenient location. Absolutely 5 out of 5. It's right by Grayhawk. It's right off the Loop 101, which is the intersection of the gateway to the West Valley and the East Valley both. So definitely a 5 out of 5 there. The next one is social activities, and it's a 5 out of 5 as well. HOA is very involved. You have multiple community centers throughout DC Ranch where you can go there, hang out, get the families together as part of your dues, pool, and all kinds of outdoor activities, as well as social activities with the country clubs also. So definitely 5 out of 5. And last but not least, housing affordability, 4 out of 5. The only reason why is because you have some extra luxurious property in DC Ranch, and so it covers the gamut, but it goes up there in price. And so if you're not ready to open your wallet a little bit in DC Ranch for the higher end stuff, it's going to be a little bit challenging. So you're looking at 4 out of 5 there for a grand total of 23 out of 25, and that's why it comes in at number 2 on our list for the best places to have a second home in Phoenix. Guys, this is just one of the many reasons why Grayhawk is number 1 on our list for the top places to own a second home. Look at this scenery. I'll stop talking and just let you look, because this is beautiful. We are currently on the 18th green, and right over here is the restaurant that you can come, which is Quill Creek Cafe, and have a beautiful lunch, dinner overlooking this. And then of course you have Phil's Grill, named after Phil Mickelson, because it's a bar. After you're around a golf, whatever it needs to be, you know, you can go in here and get some quick food at Phil's Grill and overlooking the same type of view, which is just gorgeous. Now, we did a whole video on Grayhawk by itself. So if you want to see more on just Grayhawk, click right here and you'll be able to tell all the beautiful things that we don't have time to cover in this video because this is just about the top best places. So we're going to hit them top level really quick. One of the places you've got to check out in Grayhawk is Isabella's Kitchen. Guys, this sits on the outskirts of the Talon Golf Course, one of 2 public golf courses within the Grayhawk area that are beautiful. You would think they're private, but they're actually public and beautiful this time of year. So come check out Isabella's. It is gorgeous. The outdoor patio, perfect. Let the kids run around. Can't beat it. So one of the things that makes Grayhawk so unique and great for a second home is the variety of housing in Grayhawk. It is awesome. They have everything from a 1-bedroom condo to a townhouse to a patio style home to a single family house to a luxury custom single family home on a huge lot. This is the one example right here at the edge of Grayhawk. This is one of the condo developments that's within the entire master plan community of Grayhawk that makes it so affordable, and the variety is so great when it comes to housing in Grayhawk, which is why you gotta check Grayhawk out and why it makes #1 on our list. Okay, so now it's time for the Kelly Ranking Index. I've done this on a couple other videos, the KRI, as we're evaluating all of these communities by 5 things. The first thing for Grayhawk, housing variety. Housing variety for Grayhawk comes in at 5 out of 5. As you can see, it's beautiful and you have so much variety from condos to luxury custom single family homes. The second thing is low maintenance / secure. For that, Grayhawk comes in 4 out of 5, and the reason is because Grayhawk was developed in the mid-90s and half of the communities are gated, half are not approximately, and because a lot of the houses were built in the mid-90s, you have some houses that now are needing new roofs and air conditioners, things of that nature, so we'll give it a 4 out of 5 for that. The next thing is social activities. For social activity, I give it 5 out of 5. The reason why is because the HOA is very involved. It is a big presence in Grayhawk, and they do a great job coordinating events throughout the community that families or individuals can take place in. And you are located right next to a bunch of different shops and restaurants within Grayhawk, so there's always plenty to do, including 2 golf courses for plenty of golf. The next thing is convenient location. Yes, if you look at the map here, Grayhawk is located right off the edge of the Loop 101 when it curves from going north to west or going east to south. So you are at the crossroads, if you will, of the East Valley and the West Valley being connected when you live in Grayhawk. So convenient location is huge for Grayhawk. And the last thing, housing affordability. Housing affordability for Grayhawk is 5 out of 5. And again, it is expensive compared to other parts of the valley. However, for Scottsdale, because of the variety of the homes, you do have some property values that are actually affordable, although they may be smaller, properties like condos and townhouses, but nonetheless, overall, I give it a 5 out of 5. That brings the total for Grayhawk on the KRI to 24 out of 25, and that is the highest score, and that's why it makes #1 on our list.
Woo, that was a long video, guys. I'm so thankful that you stuck with it until the end. We really appreciate it. Put a lot of time and effort in this video to make sure you are fully aware that if you want to buy a secondary residence in Phoenix, you now are informed of the 8 best places. And the best thing about it is we took a little sample size from all over the Phoenix area, from the West Valley to the North Phoenix area to the East Valley. So hopefully you really enjoyed it. I really appreciate your time watching it. I know it's valuable. If you have any further questions, we can take a deep dive with you on any of these places or other ones, because there's other ones too that just didn't make this top 8 list. I'd be happy to cover those with you. Call me at 480-660-5974. Email info@cookandassociatesaz.com, or check us out right here on Instagram at Kelly Cook Homes. We're putting out daily content for your personal enjoyment and education. And to never miss another video, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button right here, or just tap it if you want. Your choice. And don't forget, don't be shy. Call me guys.
Hello.
I didn't want to spoil your picture.
Oh, you're good. Hey, you probably make it better.